Hello everyone and welcome to another Do Digital YouTube video. My name's Megs Hollis and I'm so excited today to be bringing you a quick tutorial on how to use WhatsApp for Business. Now, there's been a lot of speculation in the market in terms of what exactly WhatsApp for Business is all about. Some people are thinking, I can broadcast message to all of my thousands of database subscribers. Other people are thinking kind of different things. So it's really important just to take a moment, pause and think, what actually is WhatsApp for Business going to do for us as marketers? So the biggest consideration when it comes to WhatsApp for Business is that it was intended and built with small business owners in mind. So if you, for example, have a hairdresser or a butchery, it could be that WhatsApp for Business is actually going to revolutionize the way that you do business. If, however, you are a mid to large size business owner or you're an agency on behalf of a larger business, it's actually unlikely that WhatsApp for Business will revolutionize the way that you currently do business. That is because this is basically an Android app which has similar functionality to the personal WhatsApp that we know and love. However, there are some key distinctions that WhatsApp has made for small businesses, which mean that it's slightly easier to get back to customers faster and set auto messages and auto responses. So as a small business owner, as I say, it is a phenomenal way to improve your marketing, but you may be disappointed if you are looking for a larger business solution. So the first thing to bear in mind is that WhatsApp for Business is an Android app, which means that it's only available for download on the Google Play Store. So as iPhone fans may be a little bit disappointed by that up front. However, obviously, if you are running a business number, it might be worth running that off an Android device. So even though I absolutely love my Apple phone, for the purposes of today's demonstration, I'm going to be demonstrating on a Xiaomi. So the very first thing that you will notice on my screen is that instead of the W for WhatsApp, we now have a B for WhatsApp for Business. So the icon looks quite different. So when we click on that, it looks exactly the same as the WhatsApp that we've come to know and love. So there's nothing radically different when you initially log into the WhatsApp. So settings, you will see it is actually quite different from your personal WhatsApp. So if you click on business settings, you'll then see 6 different options that simply are not available on personal WhatsApp. So let's go through them step by step. So if we start with profile, here you can see I've listed a business profile. So what I've done is I've put a cover page, which is the logo of my business. I've put the name, which is the name of my business. Some videos say that changing the name is not possible once you've decided on the first one, but there's absolutely no pressure. It is 100% changeable. All you would do if you wanted to change it after initially having set it is click the pen in the top right hand corner. From here you can change pretty much anything. So here you can see I've, for example, set my website URL right at the bottom. I've popped in my email address. There's also, very similar to how Google works, you can actually see whether or not an organization is open or closed and what exactly their hours are. And you can see that it's a digital marketing agency and where it is based. As I say, it's very simple to then go and make changes to this simply by going into the little pen. It's also obviously easy to update your profile picture, and you can also add another website. So that is the most simple part. It's simply, what does your profile look like? You'll also notice that what a lot of people talk about is a verified account. So that is also unique to the WhatsApp for Business platform, is the fact that you can actually verify that you are the business that you say you are. Then what's completely different is item number 2, statistics. We can actually see how many messages were sent, delivered, read, and received. So that's really handy if you're wanting to go back and, for example, prove how useful WhatsApp for Business has been, or basically just see what your customer's preference is, whether that's communicating via SMS or communicating via WhatsApp. The third option, short link, is also a handy way of getting people to your WhatsApp for Business profile. So here you can actually see that it shows you a WhatsApp link. You can then copy that short link or share that short link. What I really love about this functionality is there's also the opportunity to customize a default message. So what exactly does that mean? It says that this message will be pre-filled for a customer to send when they click on your short link. So it'll say here, for example, hello, I'd like to buy one of your products. So your customer doesn't click on the link and then think, gee, what must I say to this business? It's actually pre-populated with a message which they can either just pop send or they can edit it. So that's the short link. If we then go to messaging tools, this is where things get a little bit more exciting. So you can set an away message. This is super handy if, for example, you've gone on holiday or it's the weekend, or for example, it's a public holiday. You can actually set a message. So I've said, hello, thank you for your message. We're not here right now, but we'll respond as soon as we return. So that's super straightforward. You can see that you can either set a custom schedule or a start and end time that is the same every week. So in terms of recipients, you can also select whether that's sent to everyone not in your address book, everyone except, or only send to. That's your away message. Greeting message, very similar. You can set exactly what people see when they first hit your WhatsApp profile. So here it says, greet customers when they message you the first time or after 14 days of no activity, and you can put it on or off. And again, what's your message and what are the recipients for that message? Quick replies, this is pretty useful, but it takes some brain power to kind of understand. Basically, what you're doing is you're setting up shortcuts for your brand. So you can set up any shortcut you like, but what I was possibly a little bit confused by is I thought that when you typed a keyword such as thanks, that it would immediately pick up that this is what you're trying to say. But it's a little bit more difficult to use in that way. So what is easier is if you just want to send the thanks message is to just type the / and then the thanks. And then basically it just pre-populates a much longer message than that. So my / thanks would actually send the customer, thank you for your business. We look forward to working with you again, with the arm emoji. So you can see that it actually does make communicating with your customers a lot quicker. It does expedite a lot of the messaging. However, it's still inherently manual. So I just don't want people to be disappointed by the WhatsApp for Business functionality because it still is manual. So if you were dealing with large volumes of customer queries, obviously this is going to help a little bit, but it's not going to solve the underlying issue for medium to large businesses. But for small businesses, this is absolutely amazing. Then something else worth mentioning is that the broadcast functionality works exactly the same as personal WhatsApp. So all you would need to do is again click the top 3 dots in the top right hand corner and you will say a new broadcast. And here you can see that you can select up to 256 consumers to send a message to, or friends or family or whatever the case may be. But in the case of WhatsApp for Business, possibly it's potential clientele, people who've indicated an interest in your marketing, and therefore you can use the functionality like that. And you can obviously create different groups with different names and up to 256 consumers at a time. So you still can't broad-based kind of message lots of people at the same time. It's the same as your personal WhatsApp, but it does obviously have that functionality that makes it easy to stay in touch. Obviously, it's incredibly important to make sure that you are not spamming people in any way. South Africa, for example, has very strict legislation called the Protection of Personal Information Act, which means that you may not contact consumers unless they have explicitly opted into your marketing database. And even if they have, you then need a paper trail to show that they have opted in. So that's very important to note with WhatsApp, is it's not intended to be used to spam people as with email or SMS. And I know obviously also in Europe, the GDPR rules, again, incredibly strict. So just be cautious as you would with any marketing platform when you're using WhatsApp for Business. So possibly the first hurdle that you're going to encounter when it comes to WhatsApp for Business is that you cannot have WhatsApp for Business and WhatsApp Personal running off of the same number. So you essentially have two options. You can either convert your WhatsApp Personal into WhatsApp for Business using your personal mobile number, or you can register a new SIM card and link that to WhatsApp for Business. This allows you to have both the personal WhatsApp and the WhatsApp for Business on one phone, but it's actually linked to two different numbers. So that's quite an important consideration that you need to bear in mind up front. So I really hope that you guys have loved Do Digital's second YouTube video all about WhatsApp for Business. Please comment and tell us what you thought of this video, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Until next time, much love from myself and the Do Digital team.